Meet me in the marvelous St. Martin for an evolution into self-love and soulful living. Hi, I'm Bernadette Davies, founder of Agape Holistic Retreat in St. Martin and around the globe. We're an all-inclusive retreat in St. Martin and private retreats and around the globe. It's magical. www.agapeholisticretreatsxm.com. Attunement, enhancement, alignment. www.agapeholisticretreatsxm.com. Meet you in St. Martin.
We are back. So we're going to get to our second segment of the show here, and we've got some pretty exciting people that are on here. Bernadette is with the Agape Holistic Retreat in St. Martin. How are you, and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Agape Holistic Retreat was formed about 2.5 years ago, and we've been doing retreats on the island of St. Martin, and I've been doing retreats in Canada and the United States as well. And so I am a holistic healer, so I love what is your holistic lifestyle. It certainly resonates. And this is the second time I've been able to come on your show and chat. So I work with 3 facilitators, and I work in a spirited fashion. I am gifted in that I hear and I see spirit, and I'm guided by it. That's the first thing that I say off the top. I am so happy and grateful to do what I love to do. So I have many different modalities that I work with, and then I join with others that do some really fantastic things. So when I look at, Mark's talent, this was something that intuitively I knew, being an earth element, I knew how great it was for the human body. So I am able to work with sound as well. So I resonate very much with what our conversation is in sound and frequency. And what I do with clients, I've been here in Canada working with clients privately and loving it. I see incredible changes and shifts in it. There's been an awful lot of client base that are depressed and that appear to have need for medications. And some of them, I had a 27-year-old girl that I've been working with and her whole family. And she's been on medication, antidepressive medication for 10 years. And I'm shocked. And so when I greet her and I meet with her, I tune in with spirit and I say, is there something happening here? Intuitively, I can tell, but I ask spirit, have we got anything that's really needing her to take medication? Is there an actual difficulty with her? And are we seeing something physical? Is this emotional, or is there something spiritually in the way here? And she was completely fine, 100% perfect. And I looked in her face and said, darling, you are perfect. And I'm not sure she's ever heard that before in her life, but we really come to this earth as perfect. And then we're here to find our spiritual lessons. And whatever it is that we do is hopefully adding value to the earth and to the peoples on the earth. So I watched her within a week come off of medications. And so that's pretty cool. It's a big leap as well, her family and whatnot, to see this. So the connectors are coming back much like a baby, and she's eating again and eating solid foods. And I'm just so happy to be part of that. So that's the kind of stuff that I have that happens.
Right, Bernadette, take us through what happens. We fly there, you pick us up.
Yeah,
we go through the days.
Yeah, I'm checking out your Facebook, Bernadette.
Yes.
I'm checking you out as you speak right now. You got some good stuff going on here. But I was looking at your retreat. You've got something coming up next week. Is that right?
I've got a private retreat coming up next week. Okay. And then for all the way straight through, what I do is I have a retreat every month, and I'll give you the dates of those retreats right now. I'm looking at April the 14th to the 17th, and Mark is coming down May the 19th to the 21st, and we're really chatting about that this time. June the 23rd to the 26th, and July 28th to the 31st. Then I take a bit of a break because this break is hurricane season, and we don't have folks come down during the windy time, and we start back up November the 17th to the 20th. So yeah.
Let's go back to walk us through a little bit the visuals of the days and what you're doing food-wise.
I would love to.
So I fly out there, you pick me up, give me a hug and a kiss, then what?
Wow. All the
Everybody is greeted.
And then what happened?
Hey, my motto is, hey, let's be real before we start pretending here, you know? It's the islands. That's love.
It's all based on love. That's the reason why it's Agape. So you're right on, buddy. You're right on. Yes, you get picked up at the airport, and then we're settled into a beautiful villa, and you have your own private spot with your own bathroom, and so you can seclude when you want to. And there's lots of time for that. So we really talk about taking breaks as well. So we have a program where in the morning I work with sound and frequency, and my motto is frequency plus intention equals healing. And I see that time and time and time again with each and every person I work with. So I look at visualization as a huge tool for what you wish, and we work around an amplified field. So Thursday when you come in, we're going to build an emissary wheel, which is sacred geometry. And then in this amplified field, we're going to pick up actual stones and shells, and we're going to make a formation that is a 12-pointed star. And the cool thing about it is when it's made, I get to see on the 12 points stalwart guards come down and hold their space. And it is absolutely beautiful. We sing to peace prayers, and we imbue the wheel with love and peace. So it's very simplified, and there's a lot of intention. So each stone that's picked up, we hold it next to our heart, and we put an intention in it. And it's as simple as that. We build it, and it resonates, so it becomes an amplified field. And from that, all kinds of transformations happen. And the music that I work with is one of the sounds that I work with is attuned to "I Am That I Am," and I've been studying that for the last 2 years. It is pretty fun and pretty profound, across the board. And I just love the sound of it. It is the tuning forks that's pitched to the actual sound of "I Am That I Am." And that's music that was used with Wayne Dyer and my mentor, Jimmy Twyman. And so we listen to it, and it, again, adds another layer of amplification. And then from there, we do all kinds of fun things. So we have Mark come in with the mud, and we slather ourselves with mud, and then we let it bake on our bodies, and then we go into the sea where the seawater and the salt just remediate the body.
It sounds like a Tessa McCall. It totally sounds like a Tessa McCall, because I remember doing that. I went to there was a specific place that I went, and we did a Tessa McCall and then ran into the ocean, and it was very metaphorical for release, but we did the mud and the cleansing and all of that.
The mornings are just so cool because they start with chakra alignment, and I do it to frequency. And so we align our chakras, and then we work with toning, the physical body. We do an I Am consciousness dance, which is very meditative and very rhythmic to deep tribal sounds. I work with color, light, and sound. Sacred geometry and sound is what I mentioned. And then when we have this wheel in front of us, we tone in our names as a mantra. And this mantra becomes very strong, and it's very, very beautiful how that's felt. So there's daily chanting and toning and vocal harmonics. Unfortunately, Christelle can't be with us, but she has joined us for most of the retreats recently. And I just love her Pilates. She's a young lady who's got a great strength with breath, and she does a pranayama breath work while we're doing this core strengthening. And the whole of the retreat becomes about core strengthening, really.
Kyle, I am such a fan of that pranayama. I did I was part of an event, the Women of Global Change, and we took a bunch of people to Haiti it was kind of a service mission give back project, but I met a gentleman from India, and he taught me the pranayama breathing, and it's just so powerful for healing. I actually do that the quick breath with the stomach, the lion breath, I think they call it, every single day, because cancer can't grow in a place of oxygenation. And so, supposedly if you do that particular breathing through your stomach, you can oxygenate your body, highly oxygenate your body. As I'm speaking to you right now, I'm drinking chlorophyll, but just the importance of knowing that the cell functions on glucose and oxygen. those two pranayama definitely solves the oxygen issue in a beautiful way, very beautiful way.
I totally support what you've just said, because I felt it in my body and even in my family's. It burns. It just takes all. I have a wonderful gentleman that is an Ayurvedic master, and he's just amazing. He talks about there being no illness with this breath technique you're talking about. Can't thrive. Can't survive in the body.
No. It's like darkness can't thrive in the midst of light. When
Amen.
That's right. Seriously,
right on. Absolutely.
Light, it's consumed. Right. It's the same thing. We have oxygenated, alkalined, low inflammation, stress-free environment that our bodies thrive. It truly thrives.